Hey guys, welcome to the Flying Goblin, and what we're doing today is we are having a look at the game Pandemic. But before we do that, I just want to mention to you guys what is going on over the next few weeks. And at the end of this week, I will be going down to George to bring you the 5 most beautiful, most scenic places in George for you guys to do your cosplays at. I go down to George regularly, and I thought that might be a fantastic view of it and fantastic opportunity for guys to see other places in the country where they can do their cosplays. Now, back to Pandemic. Hey guys, over here you can see Pandemic by Z-Man Games, and Pandemic is in fact an awesome game. It works really well, and I had a lot of fun testing out this game. Some of the basic mechanics of this game are as follows. Each player will choose a character that they can play with. As you can see here, each character has a different color and is represented by a different piece. Now, some of the pieces don't exactly represent their color, but you get the general idea, and it's not that difficult to tell them apart. The idea is to move each of these 4 items from here to there. So when a disease counter moves from there to there, the disease is then cured. If the disease is eradicated, you flip it over. You can see here, flipping over, that it becomes a white circle with a line through it. That shows that the disease is eradicated. Now, on the board, there are many different spots where diseases can spring up, many different areas. Here is our hometown of Johannesburg, and the diseases can obviously spread and infect more people, and so on and so forth. What you will do, at the end of each player's turn, they will draw 2 cards from this pile. The cards look as follows. They got basically cities in them. What these cities do is you need 5 of the same color. So 5 of, say, yellow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to cure the yellow disease. Okay. That's the whole idea. However, these also serve other purposes, as in transporting you around. If, for example, you have the Santiago card, you can move from wherever you are to Santiago, but then you need to discard the card, which means that you need to actually have quite a good look at what disease you're curing, where you can move, and what options are open to you. Now, the way that diseases are spread is, first round of the game, you will draw 6 cards, and then you will place diseases on them. Here, for example, San Francisco, Johannesburg, and Karachi. Each of those will get 3 diseases. These 3 will get 2 diseases, and the last 3 will get 1 disease each. Okay? Now, other than that, how the diseases spread is, if there are 3 diseases in an area, let's say that, for example, Cairo has 3 diseases. Okay? And then, by some freak of nature, or by chance, or because people aren't awake, or whatever, you draw the Cairo card. I'm just looking for it here. If Cairo has 3 diseases, and then you turn over a random card, because it says you need to, and you draw Cairo again, that would mean that Cairo is then infected with another disease. However, no city can go above being infected 3 times. So that would in turn spread the disease out to Istanbul, Algiers, Baghdad, Riyadh, and to Khartoum. So each of those cities would in turn get infected again. If, however, Khartoum had 3, and then Cairo infected Khartoum, that would mean that Khartoum in turn would break out. So that would spread to Johannesburg, Kinshasa, and Lagos. So, as you can see, the way to stop diseases from spreading is you need to make sure that the numbers are less than 3. Okay? That sort of situation is what you want. Ideally, you want to cure the whole board, but that's really not going to happen. And each of the characters plays a different role. Let's just go through them quickly. There is a contingency planner, quarantine specialist. She can ensure that diseases don't spread that much. Contingency planner ensures that whatever action cards are played, they can draw it again and play it again. Researcher, she can switch around the cards which you use to cure the diseases. That's really nice. Operations expert, basically moving all over the board. dispatcher, she or he he can take his turn, but he can move other players, which is really, really nice. The medic cures whatever disease he comes across. He can cure diseases a lot more effectively. And finally, the scientist, who can cure diseases only using 4 of the cards. So, what do we think of the game Pandemic? Personally, I think it is a fantastic game. I think that it works beautifully. I think the rules are so well streamlined, and I think that the game overall goes down really, really well with new or old players. I played it a couple of times with guys who I'm just introducing into the game, and as soon as they get the rules, they enjoy it so well that many of them want to play a second time. Occasionally, I've even had players wanting to play it a third time as well during the same evening. So that sort of shows you the high level to which this game is. I like this game particularly because it is a multiplayer game that involves cooperation. Co-op games I enjoy a lot more than what I enjoy competitive games, simply because I find they provide a lot more fun and a lot more interaction, and this one is definitely a good game to go with if you're looking for that sort of thing, particularly in a family or particularly with a group of friends who aren't that competitive. Overall, it is a fantastic game and one I would highly recommend. My supply is coming up next. Thanks. See you guys soon.